like I'm playing because I'm that kind of a gamer. I'm playing with like end game shit.
Yeah.
But I haven't finished the main storyline. It gets to a
you
point and you have a choice. You're like, end the simulation or keep exploring perpetually. And I was like, well, I'm not done with this yet.
Yeah.
Keep exploring perpetually. And they're just like, okay, make your way toward the galactic core.
That's a classic move from old school RPG players. Like, well, you can go beat the end boss now, or you could go and get all this other bonus stuff we hid in the game, and then come back and smash this end boss like with all your hidden loot that you found.
Yep. Well, I got plans. There are things I want to do. I found a cool planet. I'm going to build a racetrack for exocrafts.
Oh, so they actually put like base building and stuff like that into it now? Or?
Oh, dude, yeah. Like that's what the end game is in this, is building cool bases.
Yeah, because that's something they must have added after its launch. Because its launch, I know it had promised a lot, and it over-promised and under-delivered.
And now it's at the point where they're like, it's given everything that they promised and more.
Good.
So now what they're doing is every update updates the diversity of the planets. Different types of creatures, different types of biomes, and
they're actually
like,
fleshing it out a bit. So
yeah,
they've made the pond a lake, and now they're adding depth to said lake.
Yes. Oh, it's not a lake, it's fucking ocean, man. Like it takes me 2-3 hours of gameplay to travel about 100 light years.
Oh geez.
Because I'm going 3 light years at a time per jump. And then I'll jump a bunch, and then it's just like, okay, well, I'm sick of that, so I'm going to go explore. So you hit a system, and then you check the planets out. There's 30, 40 different types of minerals, 10 to 15 types of creatures, 10 to 30 types of plants to find, and then every area has little places to look for. And
how cool. Like, this is definitely the direction I want to see our games going, and that is a very cool concept. But can you imagine if this was more like there was was it Star Trek Bridge Command? You guys seen that one, VR?
Yeah, I almost picked it up, but it really takes a group of dedicated players to get anywhere in it.
Yeah,
so you need like 6 or 7 people who are all going to play at the same rate in the game.
Yeah, you definitely want to have a group of friends to play with.
Yes. Oh, it's necessary.
Yeah, and for not to go on the old trope that, well, the more friends you put in, the more fun it is. I'm like, that's a no-brainer. But if it's a good game, it's a multiplicative effect. Yeah.
Yes, there is. That's what I was about to get to. We'll see, because that might be my future.
I actually can't remember what I did last round. Was I yelling at Darga still? No,
Poser. I'm rolling back through rolls. I'll let you know what I see. Use the force of 31. So what did you do with your use the force?
Okay, no. So first turn was yelling at Darga, telling him to give up, just trying to demoralize him. Second turn was I was trying to eat blaster bolts to cover up Vabeesh. And now this turn, I'm going to make a charge attack on the guy that Vabeesh is attacking. So, actually don't know if charging gives you any bonuses, but I will be taking a -5 penalty on my attack roll, using the melee defense feat to get a +5 dodge bonus to my reflex save. And I believe I'm also backing around cover, so there's an additional, -4 penalty? -5. All right.
All right, so charging is standard action, move in a straight line, make a melee attack. You gain +2 to your attack, but take a -2 to your reflex defense until the end of your next turn. And then there's some other stuff like difficult terrain and tumble, but they don't apply here, so yay.
Alrighty. Yep. At a -8 penalty to my attack. Well, that's with the 5 from cover. -2.
Woo! Smashes the X-Wing.
But hey, 21 points of damage,
Oh, what a big gnarly fin right at the top.
Yes.
No. Okay. Sorry about your luck. You need like a 19.
Not for long. Ooh, dirty.
Absolutely. I'll take the odds.
Damage in this game is rough.
Only the crits that ever hit me.
What would you like to know?
Is Darga going to tumble?
Is your pilot trained in acrobatics? In order to tumble, you have to be trained. So no.
Sure. I'll take odd. Misses.
Yeehaw! He's gonna miss. Yeah.
Hope so.
Wow. Really? Yes, but you want to bet?
You wanna bet? Yeah.
What are we betting? And what kind of odds are you gonna give me? You want to bet, Merrick?
Sure.
I got 100 credits. Says he misses. Any takers?
I will take your weapons when you're dead.
Oh, it's so good.
Unexpected.
Oh, he misses! Oh,
misses.
The broke gun monkey loses 100 creds.
Pay up. I know, dirtbag.
Like to pop out from cover and give auto fire to angry robot in front of Gilga.
He's got 4 arms. He could really do all of those things. Just can't do all those things and shoot.
Nine. 11 points of damage. No potatoes.
It's
Just
such an effective tactic, man. That's why Merrick gets the big bucks.
yes.
Yeah.
I use a move action to put myself behind cover.
Step out, shoot, step back.
Yep. Yeah, but I'm going from improved cover to total cover. Yeah.
Oh boy. So here we go. We got the dual weapon mastery for a -5. We get to add hopefully a point blank shot for a +1 to attack and +1 to damage. And I've already got him drawn.
No, his mastery just makes it -5 across the board. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's all
It's
right.
dirty, so it's -4, -4, and then an extra +1 for your damage.
Sweet. All right.
It's a good race. That race you picked. That 20. Come on, buddy. You can do it.
Ooh, 17, which already includes my -4. As I put it in the modifier, so 17 and a damage of 12, so a damage of 13.
Yeah, so you missed.
Oh yeah, you're not fun. You big meanie. That's all right. That's just one gun anyway, so let's try the other one. Come on. Papa needs a new pair of shoes.
Oh, there it is. I
That's a
told
crit.
you. I told ya.
Ooh.
Wow, dude.
Ooh.
Wow.
Attack at 22, which includes my -4. So I get a critical damage of 28 +1 for
Yeah. No,
29.
it'd be +2 because your damage is doubled in this. So it
Ooh,
that
so
would-
I get a damage of 30.
yeah.
Nice.
The point blank shot isn't calculated in
Yeah,
that.
it's not calculated in his roll, so you got to add 2.
Negatory.
Ooh.
He did.
Ah, we reach out, take the sideways gangster shot, pull the trigger, boom. Thank you.
Let's dream mechanical dreams.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, it's all right. I guess I'll just do the old punchy to the person in front of me. But I'm going to use 2 swift actions, and I'm going to do a mighty swing this time.
Ooh, what's that?
I'll tell you if I hit. Does a 22 hit? Okay, so mighty swing is if you spend 2 swift actions in the same round, add +1 die of damage on your next. So 22 points of damage for a punch.
Dirty.
Oh, man.
So dirty. A die
Yeah.
for 2 swift. What a fair trade.
One punch.
One punch man.
And his fist goes through the guy and out his back.
Hopefully he went down. And if not, then he also moves down the condition track. But
Regardless if that breaks
regardless.
the threshold. Ah,
Is this the
So he goes
Star
down
Wars
2
version of
if it
Bruce
does
Lee?
Does that stack with the threshold drop?
No.
It doesn't. So if
No.
you drop him down a threshold, it doesn't. Be cool if it did.
Okay.
Heart
threshold or to the
punch. Oh,
No. Awesome. No.
it's always a free.
The poser is shocked. He wasn't expecting just the meaty thunk and then the crack against the wing.
Hold on. Can I move?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Swift cuts into your
Oh.
movement. The second swift cuts into your movement.
Okay. Boo. Yeah, I'm done.
It was worth the cost.
Cover. He's got cover. He's got cover. You know what? But I'm still gonna shoot that guy way over there. He's like my most direct line of sight.
Cough,
I mean-
cough, 2 swifts to aim to negate cover.
Oh, and it's within point blank range. Okay. So I am going to take my 2 swifts to take aim. All right, so yeah, I'm going to take 2 swifts and take aim to negate cover on the pilot on the west hand side. And take my shot. And he is within point blank range. So I'll take that 1 on the modifier. Thank you very much. Pow! 17, does that hit? I'll spend a force point. Oh, I can't. Never mind. We already established that. No, it's cool. It's cool. And that's me. So moving on. If it's 17 or lower, spend a force point before he says anything.
Spend the force point.
Use the fuss. Sorry.
I was doing old man Ben.
So who's next? Who's next? Oh, I'm the end of the round. Oh my god, I'm so slow. Ah.
I am going to swivel around the Besh to get on the backside of this Z95 or Z95, close to the right wall, and I see a guy within mind melting range. So that's what we're gonna do. Yes. Well, that's why I corrected myself to Z95. All right, that is a use the force check of 32 against his will defense. I believe that beats it.
It might.
Okay, so if the skill check equals or exceeds the target's will defense, they take 2d8 points of force damage and move 1 step down the condition track. And the more I beat the DC, the more the damage increases. So I'm just gonna roll it and let y'all see how many damage dice it is before I call it out to the listening audience. So that is 5d8 points of damage for 24 points. Okay.
Ew.
So I doubled their will defense.
Dude, you're gonna have to teach me that one.
So is there a threshold for your brain?
I assume it's the threshold for the rest of your body. Nope, that was a move standard and don't have a swift for anything, so.
Well, we do now, Jeff.
Quick, everyone, the triple take.
You cheat. I didn't do it. You do remember these are stormtroopers, right? Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen stormtroopers hit anything.
Like he said, they're firing at the doorway. Don't worry,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Hey, roll that 20 every once in a while, man. I don't know.
I will. I
Watch
can
your
attempt
gaming
to.
karma, bro. Watch your gaming karma.
Oh, dude, I get hit by all those 20s. Don't worry, they're coming my way regardless.
Oh,
Sorry,
it's
not
unload.
sorry.
It's the
Well, it's really sounding like Merrick's gonna get a set of new guns. We'll go even. Wait, you mean I just voted for myself? Okay. Well, farewell, everybody. Prepare for the death recording.
Oh no!
Dun, dun,
I have 9 hit points, so
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Why didn't you tell me that sooner? You look like you're full health on the token.
Yeah, true enough.
I'll spend a force point to not die. Yeah, spend a force point to not die.
Rahaul, no!
That didn't even touch my threshold. I got tons of hit points, just not right now.
I don't mean to be the bummer, but that was a nat 20 that you hit him with, which is what?
What is? Oh. It's 20. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I spent a force point to not die. You can avoid doing all this math. I don't die, but I go down. Oh. Oh. Well, threshold drops me 1 step.
Ew.
Oh, yeah. So when does that resolve? Is my question. Because he hit my threshold. Does that happen first or does that happen second?
You're reduced to 0 hit points by an attack that deals damage equal to or greater than your damage threshold. You can avoid death by immediately spending a force point, even if you spend a force point earlier in the round. Character who spends a force point in this fashion remains at 0 hit points, moves -5 steps along the condition track, and falls unconscious.
Yeah. That's all of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely would have just killed me. That's why I was just like, okay, I spent a force point. Ha ha.
Ew. Ew.
I hope not.
Only if you have point blank. Oh, yeah.
Not to damage? Not to your weapons. Hmm?
Take half your level?
To
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm looking at the sheet right now.
Look, I'm distracting you with the kitty.
Such a cute kitty. Such a cute kitty.
Ow.
Distraction kitty.
Dying.
Oh man.
If I die, I will haunt you. I will haunt you.
Actually, it's hilarious.
That's bad because that puts me at a -1. So
So
yeah. 18. I need to spend a force point.
Spend a force point.
Yeah, force point, not to
So-
die.
Can I make a call out really quick?
Yes, of course. Give me hit points.
I'll try. I don't know. So if you have a destiny point, you can use it to automatically cause an attack made against you to miss, even once the attack is resolved. It says nothing about
Yeah,
criticals.
no, it actually, you can make it miss the crit. If he's got a destiny point. I don't know, does Ramagilgar have a destiny?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. So right here under my destiny points, it says 1. Wait, I want to use that. So what? So somebody tell me, am I not dead? Woohoo!
All 24 of them.
23. I had
I think you had
23.
Oh, I thought you had 24.
I had 23.
Wait, he's still here?
Nope.
Well, I know what Impeller does.
Mm-hmm.
All of the good guys get sucked into the void.
And you can inspire confidence in all allies in your line of sight, granting them a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and +1 morale bonus on skill checks for the rest of the encounter or until you're unconscious or dead. Once inspired, they don't need to remain within line of sight.
Oh, come on. Quit picking on the forearm, dude. I'm trying to have a
Run
drink
to
here.
cover, man. Run to cover.
I don't know. Can I run to cover in the middle of this?
Well, no, on your turn.
No, that's all right. I'll get you guys.
I'm dead. So, yeah.
His power went out.
Oh shit, dude. You might not have been able to make that attack against me. Because if I have total cover, you can't shoot me. And I've been poking out and poking back.
So,
Yeah, but you can't negate total cover. You can't make an attack against somebody who has total cover. That's what I said I was doing. I'm not even kidding. I poked my head out, took a shot, poked my head back in. That's like, I literally said I was doing the exact same thing he did. So he shouldn't have total cover either, if that's the argument. Because oh, I did aim, yes. Yeah, I did state I took Swift to aim. You cannot attack against full cover. Period. Yeah.
So, so the exact description is if you don't have a line of effect to your target, for instance, if he is completely behind a high wall, he is considered to have total cover from you. You can't make an attack against the target as total cover. So normally cover rules would dictate you pick a corner of the attacker and compare it against all four corners of the target. If you can't hit any corners without going through a wall, he has full cover.
Yeah, he'd be improved cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in some cases, cover may provide a greater bonus. For instance, a character peering around a corner. And that's exactly what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing, but he's doing the same thing.
Well, he specifically shot and then said, I'm moving back. Yeah. And it also depends on who's shooting at you. Like, Rahaul has. Oh, I was going to say. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to because of his auto fire. So is yeah. Time to make some investments into auto fire weapons for everyone.
Fair.
And for my ex-wife Matilda, I bestow 5% share in Oberus Industries. This is going live over the comms. No, it wouldn't pipe through the station PA, but they'd hear it on comms.
Oh, come on.
Dude, get the cover.
Snake eyes. Snake eyes. I like the second one better. All right, that drops me down to 10.
That's okay. Hits. Misses. Right. What was the attack roll on that? Okay. I am going to try and negate that with a force power. So I've
You have
taken negate
rebuke?
energy at 6th.
Ooh, fancy.
Negate energy. Yeah, so you know in the 5th movie where you know, Darth Vader gets shot in the hand and just blocks it? Yeah, I have Bespin. Yep. Yep. All right, so that is a 24 on the use the force check. And you said it was a 24 or 25 that hit me. Okay. So if the result of my use the force check equals or exceeds the damage, the damage dealt by the energy weapon, the attack is negated and you take no damage. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I'm actually going to burn a force point to activate the special property of it. So I must be aware of the attack and not flat-footed to negate it. If I'm successful, I can spend a force point to regain hit points equal to the damage.
Nice.
So I can heal a bit of that.
That's so gross.
I only get one of those unless I spend more force points to get it back.
You can have some. You can have some of my force points. New rule. New rule.
Isn't there a skill that lets you transfer force points? I thought there was. But I think he has to be a force user. But I think between force users you can.
Well, I'm a
There might
secret
be.
force user.
It's full hit points. Yeah, it's whatever damage I take. Up to a maximum of my normal hit points.
He's like, oh, feels so good. Yeah. Let's do this. That's typical Star Wars sound.
Oh my. Okay. I gotta get out of here. I'm out of here. See you later, boys. Ciao. I want to move like right over here. Okay. And I gotta figure out how to do that.
It's double. It's a double move. So that's going to be your whole turn just to get there.
It's all right. No. Yep, I was gonna go with that right there.
All right. I will. Yep. Charge. Straight up.
Yes, you can.
I have no idea.
So charging is a standard action, so you can move 6 squares past me and then charge.
Oh,
if you would like.
okay. That works.
Because charging is only up to your 6 square movement speed.
I'm gonna
Nope.
actually dispute that. It says at the end of your movement. So if he's taking a movement, but friendlies don't count against you. He can charge. You can charge through him. Because it specifically says unless it's occupied by an opponent.
Oh, okay. Beep beep. Sure. All right. Yep, and punchy punchy. Susan.
The Superman punch.
Yeah. Yeah. One Punch Man. So that would be a 17. No? Okay. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And for my ex-wife Miranda, I leave a 25% stake in my shipping conglomerate. I don't know. You never told me how my negotiations with Bespin went for well, at some point in time, if I'm operating towards it, you kind of got to give it to me. I'm just saying. Oh,
All right. 2 questions. First off, Are these Z95s on? Like, are they running right now? Oh, okay, okay. So they aren't like on and running, but they're just kind of semi-active.
Captains were being the pilots were prepping for launch. They were doing their walk around it, make sure all of my sparks are in the places they need to be.
And that's what I was figuring. Okay. And then second thing, I actually don't have this marked on my character sheet, but there is something we had discussed very early on. I can't remember how many actions it would take to pop that out. I think you know what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at distance. It looks like the guy that Vabeesh just charged is within range. So I'm going to follow suit and blitz past him. Yep. Yep. And I swing my vibro axe. 13. Yeah.
24. I think you count wrong. Oh. So I got to use some kind of point so I don't die. That's what I want to do. He spent a force point, didn't he? My threshold is 18. Ah. You cheat.
Because we've already
It's the
used them.
same day, dude. Same day. Like we got nothing. Came into this fight with like total of 40, 50 hit points between all of us.
But for me, it's not. Huh. Oh, wait a minute here. Okay, so what are my options here? I can use a second wind.
It's supposed to be on your turn.
Yeah. As long as it's your turn.
I don't think so.
Okay. No problemo. Not to worry.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Oh, wait. Second wind is once per encounter. Yeah. No, actually, there is no limit to the number of med packs you can use in a day, but every time past the first, it takes an additional +5 to apply it. So the first one's 15, the second one's 20. But I will say this: the being able to use it more than once a day is an errata. So it's not in the books; it's in the revised version or whatever. Somebody can channel healing, give everybody 40 hit points.
Yeah, that hits.
Ow.
I only have it memorized once. It's a reaction normally to use it, but if I want to get another use of it, I'd have to spend a force point as a reaction to be able to reaction again, which I don't think I can do double reaction. Yeah, those both hit. Just about half health, maybe a little bit over.
That didn't hit your threshold?
No, threshold 17.
Beauty.
making a lot of bombs.
This is not the way you do this. Get down! Go for the chopper! Yep. Yep. Just raw. Oh, okay. All right. I got this. Bam! That didn't roll. Did it roll?
Nope.
There it is. There it is. 6. What? Oh, okay. Just took a second. Sorry.
Well, since I'm at 0, what did we decide my options were?
Yeah, he can use Swiss while he's unconscious.
Okay, I want to do that.
You can spend your actions recovering. He has second wind.
Yeah, I still have my.
It's my job, man. I'm a gun jumper.
Yes, I think I will do that. I think I will just sort of hang out and see if I can regain a little bit of strength here.
Yeah. I'm at right now. I'm at -5. On my next turn, I'll go to -2.
Yay. All right. I am going to once again burn 2 swift actions to do a mighty swing on the pilot that shot me in the face. I hear a kitty. Does a 22 hit this time? Okay, 21 points of damage.
So dirty. Wow. When you hit, man, that's like,
Yeah. Ah,
pow.
all right. Oh. Okay, well, he goes down the condition track anyways, if he survives. No. All right. No, that's it. Yep.
Oh, but yep, 3 Swiss. So what's that? That's 3 steps up the condition track I've taken since I've dropped. I'm at -2. I'm gonna keep like moving myself up the condition track before I take my second win. Yep. Makes sense. Makes sense. I took a hit. Ugh, right in the gullet. However. And for Jeanette, I pass on 16% share in a gambling stake I took on the Bestman operation. You're going to have to chase this one, though.
So I'm going to move up to, so moving past the unconscious body of the pilot, getting up on the wing of the next Z95, and that puts the far pilot just within range. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the force to move object. I'm going to grab him and yank him forward towards me. Past the engines of his Z95 and into his buddy pilot.
Ah, you're making s'mores.
I haven't rolled it yet. 33, actually. Versus the first pilot's will defense. Okay, so I beat it. Yes. So what happens is I can hurl the target at or drop it on another target in range if your use of force check exceeds the second target's reflex defense.
Oh, that's
Yes.
dirty. So dirty.
The range is 6 squares in any direction. It's showing as measuring 6 squares.
No,
No.
it's 6 squares from the target.
Yes.
So
So my max range on this is 12, and I can move him in 6 squares in any direction. Sorry. Yeah. And then I'm also going to use a force point to boost this with an additional 2 die 6 points of damage. So based on the DC that I beat, I can move up to a certain size object and it deals more damage. So since I got DC 33 on my use the force check, I can move an up to gargantuan size object and deal 8 die 6 points of damage to both guys. With the force point, I'm juicing it so they take 10 die 6 points of damage.
Oh my god. What?
No, I'm grabbing the guy and just yanking him. Because force is equal to mass times acceleration. Low mass, increase the acceleration.
Oh my
Yep.
god, man! I regret not letting you cut loose sooner, because that's gross.
30 points of damage.
Philadelphia cream cheese, the best schmear of them all.
Well, the top two, didn't he also take 8 points of damage from the engines?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Also, quickly, Ryan is back online if you can add him back to the call.
Really cool though.
It's going to get even grosser. Whoa, I still have a swift action, thank you very much, and I'm going to use it. So, as a 5th level talent, I took Telekinetic Savant, which is once per encounter, I can use a swift action to return a telekinetic force power back to my suite without using a force point. So I'm re-amping move object. Now the enemies can go.
Ew. Oh yes, right. All right. Spectra, she's a ninja. Vibroblade. Come on, that was a natural one. I am so sorry. Check, check, check. I missed. Ah, crap. Natural one. It's the end of the world. Ugh.
No, I do not believe so. Yeah. Yes.
Do I get cover? Then no.
Woo.
Yes.
Ooh, 23, I think, is a hit. Let me just let me just double check. Give me a sec. Yeah, it's a hit. That's a hit. It's close though.
Two square.
Woohoo!
Not quite. He misses with a grenade.
Ugh, 3d8 is nasty.
Nice. Yeah, not an E-web.
Four.
Da 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 da. I am done making collect call. I would like to move. Hold on 1 minute. I will move back to door frame so that I can do a little. Yep, and do a little poop and shoot. With auto fire. Oh, I see two people who need to get it real good. This stormtrooper, not closest to me, north of Ram Gilgar. Sure. I go there then, and I auto fire this stormtrooper, and then this not stormtrooper. It's a cone. Mm-hmm.
That he is allowed to place wherever he wants.
Hold on. It's hold on. I'll just read it out, and we can debate with that auto fire sweep. Yeah, it's a 6 square cone. And the origin square of the cone can be any square in your line of sight within point blank range. Yeah. 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 Could you, would it upset you if I freehand a cone? Can I do a
I
quick
mean,
little
he
doodle?
should be able to declare it.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 away, right? Hmm? Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah. I could find a template online if we need, but all right, if you insist, DM rules. But that's for us moving. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. But there is a book definition of the cone.
Oh yeah, a 6 square cone. I got it. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the same one that you're looking at, Matt. I think.
That, like, by the book definition of a 6 square cone, it hits them.
What page is that
Page.
from?
All right, give me a
I
sec.
image searched it. If all right. So how do you stop sharing screen?
It should be at the very bottom
Bottom.
thing. That or the very top.
I'm just trying to end share screen here so I can do such things. Aiden, I think you're lying to me, bro.
It's been a while since I've shared a screen, but I think
Oh, done.
Hello. Perfect.
Thank you. Come again.
Okay. Bra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. And everybody's in point blank. Roll them bones. I do. Attack of 22. Ooh, 12 damage. It's always one way or t'other. Huh. Ah. Goes away at the Ewok.
Yes, please. I'm just going to quietly lay here and moan in pain. Oh, oh.
I will move north 6 squares. And Punchy, the last guy standing there. Yep. No flying kick, just a flying punch. For a, let's see, 24 to hit. 12 damage. All right.
Will.
And for Sarissa, I bequeath nothing, because he's a saucy bitch. And on that note, I'm gonna need a minute, because I can't remember what my other ex-wife's names are.